having a really good day. Today I built for you an at-home bikini wax or at-home wax video in general using hard wax. It's just my preferred method.
Hello. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna start playing now. I'm gonna go play Sandbox. Let's see what dynasty I am. I'm probably gonna make a new dynasty. I'll call this dynasty, essentially the point of this game is to be a dictator of an island. And you rule this island and you try to, make it as well off as you can. I guess I'll name him Anthony. I mean, celebrity's always like a good name to pick. Race, Asian. Can't dress him up as a businessman. Here it is. I think that should be good. Basically, you start off the game with, what you can, and you see how much you can produce. I'm gonna start off in the modern times because just to see what I can do with it. But I'm keeping it on the live stream, and I can comment and talk to you guys and see what's kind of going on, and you guys can talk back to me. pretty entertaining. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is build a road because I'm pretty OCD about my roads. And this farm, okay, so I have the game really modded, so that makes it, you know, pretty decent. Sorry about that. I'm filming this live stream in a gym right now, so I kind of gotta look out a bit. But as you can see here, I have my corn plantation, and it's not doing too well. Enterprise farming is too expensive, so I'm gonna start growing cannabis. See where that gets me. So construction didn't work out too well. Right there, that's the magic spot. It's the best place to grow my marijuana. Build a road around it. And if you guys have any insight, just comment, and I can do exactly what you asked of. Constitution, I guess, yeah, all citizens vote. I'm not atheist, I'll just have secular. I save a lot of money if I do theocracy, but I need to check how religious the people on my island are first before I even do something crazy like that. Militia, police state's good, immigrants nation, security surveillance, free market, and independent media. These are all factors of the game that can control how it goes out. So right now, I'm kind of waiting for this marijuana farm to grow and to produce, and it has to be built for that to happen first. So pretty much the main revenue of my island at the moment is agricultural. I don't think there's any other method of, you know, exporting goods on the island. So this marijuana plantation is working good. 106, so that's a definite good thing, and that should be making me money soon enough. I guess we could follow this, but I want to do that a little bit later. You know, we're not going to focus on foreign aid and missions. We're going to focus on kind of growing everything and building this into a good city. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can actually go up to players and have a bunch of options. And I have mods, so I have cheats to kind of. It does cost a lot, but I can convert the people over to different factions. I can force them to get married, and for women, I can force them to have children. And I can see what they're thinking. This guy's not too happy with me, and he's leaning more towards communist, but he's not too communist. He's low-key commie, but he's an extreme militarist. So he does want us to have a large military. Unfortunately for him, we are not going to do anything with communism. And we got that investment, so we're going to fertilize the soil because it's worth the money. As you can see there, our effectiveness goes up. So we have increased effectiveness from fertilization of the soil. The USA has sent me 11 grand. I guess it's to support my economy here. See, if it's not making revenue, I usually shut it down, but these seem like they're making revenue. Which means it's time to expand and create a new home right there. The cool thing about modern homes is that you can actually have neighborhood watch and it increases the crime safety in the area. Okay, so that's doing good. Let's see how the marijuana plantations are doing. It's producing a nice profit. I think I can increase these guys' wages, make their life a little bit more bearable. Yeah, a manager there. Mentor, tycoon, inventor, environmentalist, cheapskate. Hire him so I can get more money out of them, but require less effort. So it's pretty, they're well off. So next shipment's gonna make us $4 grand. And we're doing pretty good, so I think it's about time to expand and build another plantation. I'm not sure if this one's gonna be marijuana. But cotton can seem like a well investment. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad of an idea. We also have tobacco, coffee, opium, coca. I think coca sells more. And papaya, medicinal plants. Wheat. I think I'm gonna grow coca. Right there. Shit. Fucked up there. Rip. Okay. Put this down here. And I'm just wait for it to finish building. One more worker and we're good. We're going to raise their income a little bit. And I'm guessing we could have a tycoon here, but then we would need to raise the effectiveness of this. So it's more effective overall, and it grows more cocaine. That cocaine needs to be processed. That cocaine needs to be processed into cocaine later, but for now it can be a cash crop. Which is kind of what we're hoping for. Now that our economy has a little bit of something going for it, we should check the almanac. So we're losing $458 to corruption. We're losing 12 grand in expenses, but we're making about 18 grand overall net profit. Which means we have 18 grand worth of we have 18 grand worth of services that we can provide to our citizens. So we're going to provide them with an educational facility so that we can have a more service-based economy and advance out of this cycle. So what I want to do is I kind of want to build the high school near where the people are living to make it easier to access. That should make it better. My approval rating is slowly going up. Slowly but surely. And I'm getting a ton of financial aid, which is good. This house I built and this house I built are making profit, which means that I should build another one right here. So we have basically 4 houses, and all these houses, I think, I'm not sure, they can house a couple families. So let me go look at how many families they house. They can house four families each. So I think that should suffice anybody that was living there. There we have the high school. The high school is finished. I have to wait for somebody to come. If no one comes in the next couple of seconds, then I'll have to hire foreign workers, but they came. It's going to be a blow right now, but you have to get paid for this, and you don't want to increase the budget of the school too much because they're not really necessary for our economy yet. So you have that. We still have a couple little country houses, but that's about it. And I have to instill no free lunch on the island because, of course, we don't want our citizens not paying for their food, which is very bad for the economy. Here we're building a grocery store on the corner, and this area needs to be, made beautiful. So we're going to have these trees here, and that is one of many advancements that we'll put into homes here to try and increase their beauty. And I think that's going to work fairly well. So now this grocery store is finished. Once these students graduate, which there's 15 students being educated, this will start to produce profit, which is good. Because not only will we feed our people good food, we will make money off of it too. So all the money that we're paying our employees and state employees, right? We pay for them to be employed, but then they have to pay for these houses. They have to pay rent or mortgage or whatever system is working out here to us, the state. And also the same thing for these state employees. These guys, who we also pay, come and pay for food. So not only do they have to pay for homes, they have to pay for food too. And cheap, high quality food is going to make everybody happy. And that's the thing. We have enough to suffice. We're doing fairly well here. This grocery store is not overpacked yet. So that's a service. And that's one of the many services that will help us move from this agricultural economy over into a service-based economy. It's entertainment here, restaurant. I have a restaurant here because people want to live, they want to have luxuries. So we've been sent money by the European Union revenue. So we have a negative balance right now. Expenses 30 grand. Okay, so we need to start producing a net amount of money now, which means I need to start growing more foods. The spending on services has costed me a little bit, but it's fine. I should have enough money. So I'm going to put another cannabis farm here, and I'm going to need more workers. So no more workers equals more food, which means I need to plant another plantation. I'd say corn would do good. Right here I'll put my corn. But I could build a logging camp there, so I'm going to avoid that actually, but it's an option. At the moment my economy is sort of based on the resources I have around me. That resource, has to be land, which kind of sucks, but money's money. You have to get started somewhere. That's how we fertilize the soil. I can't still enterprise farming yet, but I should do that soon. Then we have our cannabis farm over here, so I'm sure these guys are getting paid. These guys are getting paid a little bit more. 16 hired thugs. Cocoa. If this is losing profit, it's going to get changed to cannabis, because cannabis is continuously making us money. I was hoping the cocaine would work, but I guess not. How big are the nationalists on the island? In fact, we have to take into account. So you see, now we're at a positive net balance. We can look at factions, and we look into the nationalists. So it looks like the majority of people are globalists, so I'm not going to do that. Abandon that mission. Immunization, abandon that. A little restaurant here is producing revenue. The restaurant is in fact producing revenue. Not a lot of revenue, but it's employing people, and paying these people, and they're well off, and their money is essentially going back into the economy because of this store. So we have a ton of food here, and selling, the profit's pretty good. So they're making $174 a day, and within the last, period of time, they've been produce me $2,000, which is not bad for a grocery store that's meant to feed my people. So it's kind of passive income. I'm not really trying to make it. We have to see if these houses are filled yet. 12 bucks. So as long as they're making profit, like things that are meant for the people should not be making too much profit. See, negative lifetime profit because it was probably empty for a while, but somebody moved in, so it's making a daily profit now. That money should be made back over a period of a couple months. And here we'll have a couple of houses. If I can fit apartments in there, that'd be even better. I'm gonna fit one apartment building in there. I cancel that actually. I want to build a shorter one. Apartment in there, and we're going to shorten it down and have it face the palace because that's the easiest thing to do. And we'll build a park right here. And this whole section is probably going to be a park in front of the palace. And that green is going up because the beauty in front of the palace is also rising. There. Play. Things are going as normal. It's not too shabby, I say.
Good day.
It's our construction workers. So she has a husband named Trinidad. Her name is Antonia, and they have 3 daughters. So these will be 3 future workers. It's important to keep an eye on these kind of people and see kind of what they're into. So we'll see where she lives. She lives in a house right here. Her husband, we see him, her.
No.
Can't slide into her family members from here, but I can see what factions she supports. She's religious, and she's also a globalist. She doesn't have any economic or environmental views. Dying of boredoms. They're eating good. They have a nice home, but it's not really fun on the islands. These people are looking for entertainment. So, you want to build entertainment. I mean, we already have that, but I think they mean more in terms of a tavern. Here we build this. Small gardens in front of it. The tavern will be built up. I think we're going to achieve this election. If we don't, then the stream is over. Which kind of sucks. But hey, that just has to happen, right? No, I think I'm probably going to end the stream. I think I'm going to die. Well, you can't do anything about it, really. I tried to make the build effective. I tried to make it good. Okay, so I won. I cheated, but I won. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Who won and who didn't. Okay. The tavern is built. It's employing people, so I'm going to privatize it. I'm going to increase the capacity, and I'm going to increase the capacity again, which will, in turn, increase profit because more people can go in for around the same price. So I'm only spending, I don't know what's the budget. So $20 more, but I get probably 3 times the income. See our cannabis production. It's making $937 a day, which is very good. And we can see our cannabis production here is $1,000 a day. This is cannabis, $1,000 also. Our corn consumption is reducing enough for us. We're going to need to do this so that we have enough to feed everyone. And we're going to do the enterprise farming, so we can have 2 farmers here instead of a whole team of them. And the reason I do that is so that we can have more people over here. We're going to privatize this one, improve the irrigation, and we can also add enterprise farming. And then over here, we're going to add bananas. And the reason bananas are good, I'm going to tell you guys right now, is because they will greatly increase the income of your farmers living on the banana plantation, but you won't have to spend any extra money. You just add these small parcel growth invention, and not only will we sell bananas and have an excess of bananas, but you will have wealthy workers, and that's always good news for the people, because you're not spending any extra money, but you're bringing prosperity to these small group of individuals, and that's always good, because it makes them happier and it makes your term longer.
I love Brooklyn Sunset.
So, right now, I'd say our economy is probably cannabis reliant, but I'm not too sure. So 3,000, we're exporting a lot of corn, but I'm pretty sure this is what's causing that to be worth so much. So cannabis is definitely an important aspect of our economy. You see, we're going to have agricultural subsidies so that we have more effectiveness on our farms and plantations. It's going to increase it by a lot. So 50% gains, and then we have another 50% gains. And that means that we're going to have a crazy extra amount of production. And that should always make us more money. And that's the hope. It's 124 there. 224 extra production on the corn plantations. And I'm liking the growth that I'm seeing. So we're going to have a major growth in the financial sector in just a little bit. So 60 grand of revenue. We're spending about 57. So services are we're definitely in need of lower services. Corruption, never really known how to prevent this, but it says right there it's based on constitutional options. So balance here. Our top export, like I said again, is cannabis. It's what's making us the most money. I'm hoping that this banana plantation can help us bring money in and to pay for these services on the island. Because usually what I do is I'll have something to substitute the money I'm losing from the service that I'm providing. So right here I'm providing a high school education for my people, and these are also making profit, right? If this one's not making any money, I'm going to have to shut it down. Just build a park there instead, to be honest. I should have built it around here. I'd say it's probably a better location to build a tavern. That's probably what I'm going to do right now. Is I'm going to build a tavern back here. It's closer to the people, and they want somebody that's close to more comfortable with them. This is making profit. I had a feeling that I would do a good job because it's right next to a workplace. Build a park there. And we're going to build another park over here. It's going to increase the beauty of the neighborhood, and it's going to make the profit soar from the tavern. I could be wrong because I don't know exactly what attracts people to these taverns, but so they can easily cross the street and attend the tavern. And these guys will know who's wrong. Trophy capacity, standing room only. We're gonna have a retrofit instead. We don't want to go all out because I'm not sure if it's too popular of a spot. We privatize it. They're not happy, but they're not exactly mad with their job either. So we're about to make profit off of this house, off of these apartments. And this one is losing profit. I don't know why, but it's losing profit. I don't like that. If it loses enough profit, I'll have to liquidate it, but hopefully that doesn't happen. This one's also making profit. This one's making gains. All these homes by the high school are making a substantial amount of money. Here we see an apartment building. This one's making decent money also. And I mean, that should help us out in our almanacs. You see our balance is going up because of the profit we're making, spending less on services. Banana plantation here, we can privatize it. We can make small parcel growth, so that makes them well off without having to increase the budget. We'll improve the soil quality, improve this, and we're going to just leave it with the amount of workers that it has so that we can employ more people that are well off without having to pay as much, without having to create a burden in the economy, which is good. And the reason these people become well off is because they get to take these bananas home. and sell them wherever they please, and they can also trade them if they please. This, we're going to upgrade this, small parcel growth. We're going to fertilize the soil. We're going to improve the irrigation on the island. So now we have these literate people making decent money, which should boost the economy, because not only do they have more money, they can go and buy more things too while they're producing wheat. So we're trading with the outside world, but now they can go and pay the world with their outside money, which is good. So here we see our banana plantation, and Jesus, you have to admit, like, these things are really beautiful, like absolutely beautiful, tremendous. Okay, so let's go check this out over here. We could probably increase the people's approval of us. Militarist. I'm not sure if that's a popular faction on the island. Regardless of if they're popular or not, we're going to need to build a church and a police station just to try to keep crime low and people occupied. We also have high scores, so we have to see how much money we're making. Is it worth me? Okay, so if we're making 19 grand, I'm sure we can give the luxury of having a police station. So we need to see here, where are we supposed to build this police station? And I had a feeling that it was going to be here, because this is where the majority of people live. Everybody thinks, oh, it has to be on the cannabis plantations. Well, that's not usually the case. The case is usually that it's where, the most people live, where the most restaurants and services are, because it allows, people to have easy access to them. Larger area lowers crime funding. Increases the budget by 40, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. So now crime on the island isn't too shabby. It's kind of restrained to this one cannabis plantation in the very corner. And that has nothing to do with the cannabis itself. And what we can do to actually fix that problem is hiring 2 more workers, and they will prevent crime in that section of the island. So we'll click this, and in a couple of seconds, I'm not sure if the effect's going to take this right away. Those should lower the crime. New air. I don't want to pay to keep that. I'll pay to keep things quiet though. Mentor, students graduate, so I'm going to be a dynasty member of my family. Here we have Russia. Okay, so making, these are making a couple $100 a prop for the state a day. Not for me. I mean, I'm collecting that much taxes from them. Sorry, it's privatized, so I get that many taxes for the state, which is, because I'm not a communist. The state does own the cannabis plantations, though, and that's just because there's no mod for privatization. I believe in true capitalism. Whenever something can be privatized, I usually privatize it just to do it. Having that good feeling. 64% increase in my approval, so it's pretty good. The workers here should be paid better because they're our main source of income, essentially. If money can't move in and out of the port, then we're kind of fucked. So I went from 10,000 to almost 100,000, so I almost tripled I almost filled my capacity, but I don't even know how many times. The economy is doing pretty well. My people are eating, so I can't really complain. Here, I'd say now is the time where I would start producing more refined goods. See here, I can build a little burrow, which is exactly what I'm going to do in this corner. I'm going to build a little burrow where people will live in. This burrow is going to have its own little unique set of houses and stuff, because over here you have these 3 farms, this apartment building, these 3 farms, these businesses, and these military men that are working in my palace. You have everybody kind of in this neighborhood, but you don't have much housing options near work for these people. So, and I kept the numbers large on purpose, as you guys know, just to help stimulate things. I kept the employment because I want to unemploy everybody, even though I could easily do it. Cannabis, you see all these people, they're making decent money, and I think, they want to buy homes and they want to live in these homes. So we get to count how many families. So I just count each of them. So Let's see, 4, which means that there's 8. So there's 9, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I mean, if I was more efficient, I could probably, count that a lot faster, but I'm not efficient with counting. Never really remembered my times tables as a child. Here we have our wind farm. And the reason I'm keeping this empty slot is it has a purpose, so don't worry about that. I'm going to build nice little parks here to kind of increase the beauty of the area, and the beauty kind of increases the quality of the housing. Kind of increases beauty on the island and makes it a lot easier to run things. Sorry about that interruption. Zoom in a lot closer and kind of see what's going on down here. These apartment buildings aren't too shabby. So you can see that they have trash here. These are all kind of not bad apartments, but they're not the prettiest things on earth. It keeps them happy, I guess. It's whatever makes people happy. So this one's making profit. This one's kind of the issue here. How I'm going to do that is I have to provide services for these people, right? So I can build a grocery store probably right there, and they'll definitely take part in what I'm doing, and they'll live there. So I'm building a grocery store here. They'll live in the building. And I also build a police station here because these people want police. I can afford the services. I have 49 net income, so I can definitely afford the service. Over here I'll have the Inquisition, which will help me persecute certain groups. That means that I can eliminate unwanted people on the island without having to worry too much about everything, but I shouldn't do that. I could, though, so I'm going to do it, because it'll increase my ratings with everybody on the island. $3 grand. Which I can sell indulgences to make money for the state. Build one sign slab, no. If you're wondering, the reason I'm going to build an embassy to invite Russia is to simply make profit off of it, because I can start lending out offshore offices to Russian business. Good, so I made profit off of this one. People are eating. This apartment complex is getting more tenants slowly but surely. There will have more. Yeah, grocery store worker. Right now, at the moment, he's poor, but he should be, he'll move to the apartment as soon as he can afford it. Is to hear that you have to be well off to live in this. So it is in demand, and it is in need. Actually, I think I might need another apartment building just to make up for that one. That's kind of tricky. The real estate on the island is kind of tricky. In that way, college will off. I can persecute communists because I don't want communists on the island. No offense if you're communist. I'm wondering how much extra revenue that they're making from selling indulgences. It doesn't tell me yet, but it should be enough to cover them. 10 out of 10. So this one's maybe $400. So instead of losing money, I'm making money off of that one. And I have to go and check on these. It's absolutely necessary that I go and check on these. I'm going to modernize all the houses. So it's necessary that I check on all the houses to make sure that I'm making a decent amount of profit. Here I've lost 445 because I don't know why, but Now it's making profit for some odd reason. I'm not losing anymore. This one started making profit since I moved it to this corner, which is always good news. And these guys are still poor. You have to be well off to live here, so it's going to be hard to move in for some people, but they'll probably save up enough to rent the space for a while. Build one factory, and they could do that. Manufactured goods it's good to produce manufactured things, but not too much. It's a corn syrup factory, which is a mod, by the way. It should make it easy for us to kind of produce income off of our corn production, which is not too common. This mod's beautiful because it allows me to do so many things. Effectiveness is increased by standing with low list budget. So now I can produce corn syrup and make profit with these illiterate workers. Environmentalists will reduce the pollution that's being produced from this building. This apartment building is slowly going to occupy itself. But I want to build a educational facility. Actually, I was supposed to build an embassy. This embassy is going to cost me a little bit to build at first, but I don't think I need to maintain it too much, which makes it very good. And then I'm going to build. I have the extra money too, so I'll build another one. Probably across the road from it to kind of allow things. I can build a park right around here. And then I'll invite Russia in. Now I have 3-4 apartment buildings. If I ever need one in this area again, I can just plop one down. This one's already making me profit. Check here, I have a net balance of 18 grand, so I've not spent badly. So it increases my foreign relations. But one thing that I'm definitely going to do is build an offshore office, because I have the money to, and it will make me money. And this offshore office will allow me to rent out space to Russia and employ high schoolers. So Russia and floating gardens to increase the beauty of the area. If I praise them, they will give me more money. So I have cordial, and my income from this should be pretty fun. Should be enough to get by. So as long as I keep relations with the world high, I keep my living condition going good, then people will thank me. So this is kind of what I mean for moving to a service-based economy. So I'm renting out offices to companies in Russia. And that means I'm making a profit of about this much a day. And that's a lot of money. That is a good amount of money. So offices and kind of service-based economy is good. It's very good. Now that I'm making that money, I can afford to pay for college. So I use the money from basically the Russian economy, the Russian government, to sort of advance my own people, in a sense. And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's kind of what's good about it. You can see how much money I'm making. I'm making 31 grand now. And that probably has to do with this office, I could say. Making income. I want my students to graduate faster. When are you getting off?
An hour.
What happened?
Screwed my neck. Had to deal with 2 fucking kids downstairs. And one of them wasn't even a kid, one of them was like a 20-year-old. He's like, hey, son, what's this for? Is it like reserved? I was like, yeah, you could. And then some other kid was like, yo, can you get out of the court? And then I saw something on the road on the other side of the court. No one's fucked. Cool. We should probably both of them, but the other one. Alright.
I'm sitting here live streaming and chilling.
Oh, you're streaming right now?
Yeah.
Can you not? Can you not upload that, please? Who's watching you?
I'm not gonna upload it.
2 watching now? Who's the second one?
I don't know. I don't know who's looking at. I don't count. It's my account. It's 2 other people. Good shit in Albuquerque. Yeah, I'm transitioning from an agricultural cannabis and banana economy.
Wait, can they hear us?
Yeah, I'm transitioning over from cannabis and banana economy over to a service-based economy, which means that I make more money with less work. So you see this? I'm making about $1,000 a day with this.
Who's watching you right now?
I don't know. Spell. Nice.
Wait, I have to go back to work. Do you have to move? Yeah, you do? Oh shit, it's in my backpack. I brought rice and tomatoes.
Yes, you should in your backpack. It's in your backpack.
Okay,
I love you.
help me God.
Hey, chill. Give me this. That's right. Yeah, no one can say far away. They can hear us.
Chimpanzee sex in the background. I love you.
I love you.
Okay, can you come at like 5:30 please? Help me bring down the thing.
Okay.
Bring down the empire. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you, my little Lucy.
I love you, Boopsie. Okay, so we're gonna love you. So we're gonna bribe the Russian government, so that will keep our profit from this building high. Which means that our almanac is $101,000 in revenue.
Can you walk me, please? Your brother's like right down there.
Let me pause real quick.
I didn't want to walk on myself.
I was dealing with something. Russia is over here chilling. Okay. Keep things cordial. We're going to invite the European Union. Things are warm with the European Union because they give us a lot of financial aid. And then we're going to invest into another offshore office right about here. Which means we can invite the EU and make profit off the European Union. net positive still. Those Russian funds are really helping us, and these European funds should help us a lot too. I think the education college students and college professors is probably the most expensive aspect of our government at the moment. But it'll all be worth it when we build a bank. This bank will produce and generate profit for the island. 2 banks, I'll get 10 global relations. Banishing 5 Russian crime lords off the island will also help us. But right now we're going to invest into a bank, and this bank is going to be near a residential area so that we can get fiscal gains from it. And we'll invest a quick 9,000 into it. We want it built now. Industrialist savings, so that's good. And when tourists come, we will eventually have charge for tourists to come onto the island, and we can travel, we can charge travel insurances. Finances are on the island. So not only do we have an agricultural economy on the island, we also have a service economy now, or the beginnings of a service economy. We want to find those Russian crime lords and banish them off the island because it'll help us out. Crime lord, we'll banish this crime lord. Banish. This crime lord will get banished.
At your service.
Banish this crime lord.
Good day.
Cancel. Banish this crime lord.
Good day.
We also have to see, like, what do these people contribute to our society? Some of them do contribute a lot, but at the same time, they also cause issues on the island. We want to escape this. We filled it. And we'll take 4 free apartments again. So now we basically have 8 free managing. Yes, of course, I know every citizen will show their support of me. And so now that we have more approval, I'm more comfortable with establishing ourselves on the island. Our relations have gone back to cordial, and we can finally focus on the Europeans. So we're making a substantial amount of profit. We'll have 2 free office buildings so that we can allow our economy to expand in that direction later on. So in 2 months' time, we can finally do an economic action, which should increase our profits with the Russians. 92, that's cordial. They don't give us much foreign aid, but they do give us a lot of profit here. So we kind of want to focus on the European Union because the European Union can give us a lot of financial aid. And that will help us buy more things, essentially. Let's see an almanac people are satisfied with. Liberty's great, jobs are decent. I feel like it's because a lot of people on the island are not educated enough. We have to see how many people are underemployed. So underemployed or overemployed, whatever you want to call it. Unemployed, we have 7 unemployed people. We have 7 open jobs also. They're all college level jobs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force them to get an education. So I'm going to forcefully employ all of them.
I love tropical sunset.
Employing her.
How can I get her?
Employ them.
Hola.
We'll see. So we have 6 unemployed people.
Okay.
I mean, we'll just do this etiquette because it's a lot faster. We'll force them to get an education or go work. Which means that we don't have any more unemployed people. So 5. So we still have unemployed people, but we'll force her to get an education. No schools available at this time. It's probably due to the maxing out of students here. Research projects, department's effectiveness. We don't have any way to increase ours besides paying for a new college. Oh, sorry, that's a cheat menu, but I haven't used it. Not really looking to use. I'm trying to have a legitimate game at the moment. So 765 of interest revenue. And let's see how much this one is making. This one's making $558. 198 net, which means our economy is doing really good. Praise Russia. Build one lighthouse. We probably should do that anyways. 73 warm. The Euros are going to give us money regardless, but Russia's kind of our important partner for trade. If you want to praise Russia, so not only will we get that, we'll get other things. So we can increase our relations with the USA also, so we're going to do that too. We'll set up a embassy for the Americans to live. Pay for that really quick. No one. We're going to blame anyone. We'll have 4 banks instead, so we're going to double the amount of banks we have. We're going to invite the USA to one of them, and then we'll build an offshore office for US companies. So an offshore office. These are all packed, so I think it's about time we build a new apartment building. New apartment building in this neighborhood. Well, we're going to have to build it on the edge, I guess. We're going to have to have room for embassies in other neighborhoods. Everyone's going to like it, but yeah, this housing will work for us. It's a pretty high housing quality. This should work to house people here. We're going to cheat again. We're not too great at the moment. USA, we're losing profits. We need to invite a country in. We have increased foreign aid from, not foreign aid, but profit from a Russian company. Warm relations. We have cordial relations with these guys, so we want to keep things warm with everybody. Trade. What can we trade with? What can we sell America? Does anybody want cannabis? We don't want to, decrease our relations with anybody yet. Painkillers, cocaine. We have cannabis, and it's double the legit price, but we don't want to risk, offending them. We'll lose way more money than we make. It's 47.10, not bad. Not bad at all. No, these usually pay off the debt for the embassies themselves, so we can increase foreign relations with that and make people happy on the island at the same time. Tourism. We can build tourist destinations. That will definitely be good for our economy. Family resort here. Essentially, they're going to rent out our rooms. We don't really have any entertainment yet, but they will use our taverns and restaurants. So it is good to have tourism, even if you don't have the highest rating, because our economy doesn't really depend on tourism. It just kind of uses it to make a little bit of cash on the side, which is another good thing. It's really passive. I don't really need to focus too much on it. Just like the bank revenue is passive. All these things are very passive, which is good for us. Brings tourists, they spend money on restaurants and food and rooms, and that's good news for us because we get to employ people, and they get to be well off, and even though they're uneducated, which means that their kids will probably have a better life than them and get college educations, and we'll be able to afford larger things. Rich interest revenue. Start charging travel insurances for tourists on the island at every bank location just to increase our revenue. That should make its money back, but it's not like it's the end of the world or anything. Capacity addition. Tourism, another family resort. That fit here. It's uneven. Let's see if we can put the hacienda. Airport. Historic inns are usually small. Can fit in. So now we are back at at a pretty decent rate. Not even worrying about the amount of money we're spending because I know that we'll make it back. We have 14 out of 14. Not making any profit yet, but we should be making some soon. 12 out of 12, and we double up the capacity, which means that we can do a lot more. Diplomacy, raise, cordial. I think we're going to praise the U.S. We're definitely going to confirm the praise. Cordial, which should increase our income here. Where?
Downstairs because I have to close the thing.
How long is that going to take?
It's gonna take 5 minutes. Please come with me. I don't want to go without you.
Stop streaming. Give me a second.
You want to stop streaming with you?